Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Husna Atira binti Sabri, and today I will present about the case of Greenwood versus Martins Bank in 1933. It is about the duties as a customer. The defendant, which is Martins Bank, is a private bank trading in London under grasshopper symbol, and Greenwood, the plaintiff, was opened an account under his name with Martins Bank, and his wife forged his signature to issue a check. Next, I will tell you the chronology of the case. On 6 March 1926, the appellant, who was carrying on a dairyman's business at Blackpool, opened with the respondent at their branch in Clifton Street, Blackpool, a joint account in the name of himself and his wife. It was arranged with the respondent that checks on this account should bear the signatures both of the appellant and of his wife. On 8 November 1928, the appellant opened a further banking account in his own name at the same branch of the respondent's bank. Check open this account were to bear the signature of the appellant alone. The passbooks and cheques book in respect of the accounts were kept by the appellant's wife, who gave her husband a cheque from the chequebook when he asked for it. On October 1929, the appellant asked his wife to bring him a cheque saying that he wanted to draw £20 from his separate account with the respondents. Whereupon the appellant's wife informed the appellant that there was no money in the bank and told him that he had used the money to go help her sister in legal proceedings relating to a house and had drawn it out. The appellant thereupon asked her who had forged his name, and she would not tell him. She begged the appellant not to inform the respondents of the forgeries until her sister's case was over. In the hope of favorable result to a sister's action and for his wife's sake, the appellant said nothing to the respondent. However, on 5th June 1930, the appellant discovered that there were no legal proceedings instituted by his wife's sister, and that his wife had deceived him. Thereupon, the appellant informed his wife that he would go at once to the respondents. He returned to the house that evening without having gone to the bank. On his return, his wife shot herself. After his wife's death, the appellant ascertained that he had been debited by the respondent in his separate account with a sum of £410 in respect of forged checks. At this time, the appellant was not aware that anything irregular had occurred in connection with the joint account of himself and his wife. On 19 August 1933, the appellant began an action against the respondent in the King's Bench Division, Preston District, for a declaration that he was entitled to be credited by the respondent with the sum of £410, which he alleged that had wrongly debited him. Later, in their defense, the respondent denied the forgeries and alternatively pleaded that they were caused to pay the money by reason of the appellant's own negligence, and further that he was stopped from saying that the respondent paid the money wrongly or without his authority, or that the signature on the checks were placed there without his authority. At the trial, ratification, adoption, and estoppel were all relied upon by the respondent. On 12 May 1931, the action was tried at Manchester Assizes on the 12 May 1931 before Mr. Commissioner Duparch KC, now Mr. Justice Duparch, and in the course of the trial, the following facts with regard to the separate account were admitted of proof. So, the conclusion of this case, Greenwood had failed to disclose that his signature had been forged by his wife, was stopped for asserting the forgery against his bank. The relationship between a bank and its customer is a continuing one, and therefore involves a continuing duty on the side to act with reasonable care to ensure the proper operation of the account. A claimant who, as a result of being able to rely on estoppel success on the cause of action on which without being able to rely on it, he would necessarily have failed, might be able to recover more than the actual damage suffered by him as a result of the representation which gave rise to it. So that is all about the chronology of the case Greenwood versus Martins Bank. As a customer, we have know our rights and duties when you become a customer of a bank. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.